Live. Is we live? Oh, we live. Wait, what's my thing? What's my slogan? Y'all? I forgot. Oh, what's going on? It's your boy. Yeah. Hey, listen, that's how you know I haven't been making vlogs for this channel. I forgot my little intro slogan. Hope everybody had a blessed week, man. If we live, you know what it is. You know what today is. It's Thursday. Listen, I got to get back on this channel. I didn't forget everything. I forgot my intro, forgot the but we here. It's your boy SB, man. Hope everybody had a blessed week. Let me fix this little thing real quick. Fix this little thing real quick. SB vlogs. Hey. All right, cool. Anyways, what's good? We here, man. It's another week episode. We on number 99. I'm low key thinking about, oh snaps, I might have to do. Well, no, I can't. I might because I'm supposed to be going to Cali, take a little vacation, or not a vacation, but anyways, I'm supposed to be going out there really soon. So I was like, man, I should probably just do like the 100th live out there in Cali, but I can't. You feel me? I can't just drop my location in Cali because then people know I'm not at home. You know what I mean? And maybe because I'm from the hood. You feel me? That's where I my whole lifestyle was in the hood. And grew up there, so that mind. You know what I mean? I still got that mindset. You can't just be dropping your live location. Nah. I might do a recorded video. I'll do some recorded videos out there, but I'm not going to do the live one, though. But that would have been dope. You know what I mean? Because like I said, once I go out there, I want to hit Venice Beach and all that. So I might just do that. That would have been dope live. But anyways, man, interesting week. Very active week. We've been having a lot going on. More so out of the workplace. I've been tapped in just on, these current events. We got Cali in the background too. We got Venice Beach on there today instead of I usually have New York on there, but decided to put Cali on there since I'm about to be out there, and that's my home state. You feel me? Shout out to Cali, you digs. But we got hit with the they gave us the dates and all that stuff for what's that thing called for Prime. You feel me? So I can't put in vacation date. Now I can only use my UPT if I want to leave on those days, but I plan on working it. You feel me? I plan on working it. Who's that? Cali Bones. Cali Bones, what's good with you, fam? Hope all is well. Good to see you. Ain't seen you in a minute. You feel me? So hope you're doing well over there, my dude. Good to see you. Just was speaking about Cali too. But yeah, man, that's around the corner. We got Prime Weekend, like what, 3 weeks? Where the calendar at? Where my calendar? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, about like a month. So we got a little bit of time, I believe so, right? Let me see the date. Because I honestly don't know the exact date. Prime Day date. Man, Venice looked active in that picture. I just seen a little walkthrough they did recently, and everything was closed. Well, they had a lot of those side vendors that's usually popping like that. A lot of them was closed. I'm gonna look active. When was this? It's like a year, 2 years ago. Let me see this on real quick. 3 years ago. Okay. All right. Anyways, when is Prime Day? Okay, the 17th. It kicks off. What day is that? Do I work that day? Probably do. Hopefully not. 17. Oh, that's my off day. But my overtime day is pretty close to there. Anyways. So yeah, we got a few weeks. So that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, I'm already trying to prepare as best as I can mentally, you feel me, and spiritually. Because you already know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're gonna find out. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's a little over a month. And we just got hit with our schedules this last week. But Callie, what's good, my dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Everybody who's tuned in, if you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button one time. How is y'all feeling out there? How is y'all week going? I know it's been crazy on the current event side. Even just before I hopped on, I was just seeing some more stuff. I actually reshared it on on TikTok, on one of my TikToks, just with all the protests going on. I know they got protests in Cali, but then they had some. I get they're kind of popping up everywhere, but the one I just seen was, I don't know if this dude's like a sheriff or what in Florida, but you know what I mean, it's getting intense out there, you know what I mean? So it's just crazy seeing you know, stuff kind of escalating the way that it is. So everybody out there, stay safe, man. Let's go with but what's good? Who we got in the building? It's early. I seen some people up in here. Oh, I thought I watched that. My bad. All right, let me get off that. Who we got in here? What's up? What we talking about? I don't know if there's any other news besides that the Prime Day. I haven't really been tapped in on the Amazon. On the Amazon side, haven't heard nothing crazy. I've been seeing more and more layoffs, not at Amazon, but just different companies. That was actually going to be like one of the next blogs. I was going to do the next little what do I call it? Not the storm is here. What do I call that thing? Bigger than Amazon, little vlogs I were doing, just talking about, you know, the economy, but some more bigger companies made press releases just talking about how they're doing some more layoffs. But you know what I mean? It's getting spooky out there, man. I think most people who's kind of locked in their companies at the moment, you know, I think this is an important time for you to kind of evaluate and where you're at. And if you're, you know, to see if you're in a company where it's, you know, it's been stable. If so, I would still, you feel me, start to look just to not really not leave the company, but at least so you can have options in case something happens. You know what I mean? Just because, like, it's a high percentage of people that I've heard from that left different companies, and saying it is really hard right now to get employment. And, you know, people looking at, you know, there's people out here looking at for Walmarts and, you know what I mean? Like entry level gigs who saying like, it's tough out here. So, man, my encouragement, you know, I know the job may be hard, whatever, you know, at some of these companies, but if you are planning on quitting, I think it's two things, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of people, they quit off of emotions. I don't think this is a time for that. You know what I mean? I think, and if you do that, understandable, but I think you should probably do it setting yourself up for success as best as possible. You know what I mean? Like, there's been times where I left the company way before I left the company. You know, like the previous company I was working for before I came to Amazon, I left. My heart was gone. You know what I mean? Like, certain things happened. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I realize I'm not really appreciated here. Understood. You know what I mean? But I still was there, but I did it the responsible way and set myself up for success. Didn't leave physically until I had something secured. And, you know, I think that's the best way to go about it. So many people, man, be getting their emotions, are led by their emotions, and they quit. You feel me? And this is not the time to be quitting for your emotions. If so, like I said, just do your thing, but do it responsibly, you know? I would really hate to see somebody leave any employment right now. That's why any employment with the economy, at least from what I'm hearing, you know what I mean? And it's sounding like it's pretty tough out there. So, like I'm saying, if that is, I do be seeing people rant, you know what I mean, just about these, you know, because the jobs. One thing I think in this time, aside from the cutbacks, I think we are going to see more and more responsibilities, more and more tasks put on people during this time. as they continue to trim headcount, run lean, you feel me, to save finances, that usually equates to more work on your plate, and with that unfolding, with more work being on the plate, can lead to more stress, boom, 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 causing people to be like, you know what, all right, I'm tired of this company, whatever company they may, they may be working for. But, right now, man, this is a time you have to move with precision. You have to have calculated moves. I've been saying it's going to get crazy out here. We're starting to see a little bit, but it's going to get worse. I've been saying this. Look at my inflation video when inflation first started over 3 years ago, whatever. I did a video on that. I was saying this is not going to go away. It's going to get worse. Even back then, I was saying that. We are not in the heat of this storm that's here. So I just say all that to just, man, really equate your move calculated in these times. Got to move calculated. Even in positions, whatever company you work for, and even if you're trying to move different position, lateral here, move up here, move down, boom, 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 calculate that. Got to move calculated. Shout out to Venice Beach. That's like a prime day, right? Cali day. If y'all ain't been to Cali is it. Well, it used to be it. Shout out. I'm a Cali native. You know what I mean. So that's still home. But it definitely changed. Cali has definitely changed. Cali Bone says protesting is pretty crazy. Hope we can keep the peace. Man, I don't think so. But it's not, because it's bigger than like anything that's out of line. I think we're going to continue to see disturbance. I think we're going to see uprising. I think, you know what I mean? Because I think we're in a new place as a country, as people in this country. People are more stressed. I believe in record numbers. People are more depressed in record numbers. People are dealing, you know what I mean? To where anything, you feel me? I think it's going to cause people, and this is something I've been saying for the last 2 years. I said that we're going to get to a point where we're going to see people crack, So I think peace, not just for that situation, but just peace in general over this country. You feel me? I think that peace is gone, because everybody's so frustrated. But in that situation, when it comes to the protesting and stuff and the riots that's been taking place, yeah, hopefully, hopefully everything plays out okay for everybody involved. You know what I mean? Jay Weezy, what up, Jay? Jay Weezy in the building, though. What's good with you, my dude? Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well with you. It's a hot day over here in Arizona. That's why I got this AC blasting right now. Man, I'm not seeing like no press releases on Amazon. Yo, something always happens. As soon as I go live, my nose start itching. I start getting hiccups. You feel me? Dogs start singing in the background. But what's good? Okay, let me check on this. Jay Wee said, just seen a couple of IG stories calling for a nationwide protest on the 14th. That's deep. I haven't seen that. Low-key, what I've been seeing like low-key, and I don't know if it's because I'm black, you know what I mean? And I do watch pro-black content as well as my other content. It seems like stuff is starting to get a little racial, racial tension is starting to rise. I was like out of nowhere too. I was just like, where'd this come from? You know what I mean? I was kind of like, yo, where'd this come from? That's what I've been seeing. But like I'm saying, I could be due to the content that I watch. But I haven't seen a nationwide protest on the 14th. What's today? 2 days? Okay, yeah, I missed the memo. You feel me? I didn't see that. That's deep. I haven't heard nothing about that. Okay. Man, listen, we in new times. We in new times. You feel me? We in new times. I'm gonna be indoors too. You feel me? That's a fact. I'm gonna be indoors as well. For sure, for sure. But I didn't see that. I guess I'm gonna look into that because I'm big on awareness. I'm always I love being aware of what's going on. So I'm gonna look into that for sure because I haven't heard that part yet. I finally made it. Shout out to Sean pulling up early. You feel me? That's what's up, Sean. That's what's up. So how y'all been feeling, man? What's going on with y'all? I'm good. I've been doing good. You feel me? Been over here blessed, man. Just been working. I can't even lie to y'all, man. I've been working a lot. I've been working a lot. I'm still gonna do the vlog for that video where I worked a gang overtime on that same week as the holiday pay. I don't think it was worth it. You know what I mean? When it came to the pay, way more than what I usually got, but they take out some crazy taxes. But I still, man, I gotta take it back because I still made exactly 22% more than what I would usually make. Because I just saw my paycheck. If y'all know anything about Amazon, we have this thing called A to Z where you can see how much you're getting paid. It shows you everything, your pay stub before you get paid. Today's Thursday, and we get it like Wednesday. In our little company thing, it's like, oh, you can see how much you received. Our pay thing is super dope though. They like it shows every single breakdown, but then it also shows you, oh, you've made 50% more this week than last week. You've made 30% less this week, boom, boom, boom. And that's like one of the first things that you see, at least on mine. So when I went into it to check, first thing I seen, you've made 22% less this week. You feel me? I was like, hold up. I'm like, wait a second. I thought I did overtime this week, but I forgot, like, oh yeah, holiday and all that stuff was last week. So even with the 22% decrease, you feel me? I clicked on it because I was a little worried at first. I clicked, I was like, oh, we good. You know what I mean? So I take that back. Yeah, I take that back. I'm gonna do it again, even if it's for 22%. Even if it's for 22%. And this exact info is gonna be in that vlog. So, you know, it'll probably be a little more ranting on the video. I'll probably do that one after this, hopefully. But I got to get a haircut. Anyways, it was 22% less or more, but 22%. You feel me? It makes a difference. That's 22 more percent that I can work with for the week or for the month. You feel me? And that. You know what I mean? That adds up. You feel me? So I do think it's worth it. As long as you're not sacrificing any family time, family gatherings, at that point, then I would say it's not worth it. Like if I had, you know, because I'm about to go out to California for a family reunion. Now, if I had the choice to work overtime, absolutely not worth it. You feel me? Like I'm gonna go spend time with family and all that good stuff. So I think that's the if you're able to, you know, me, I don't be doing nothing. You know what I mean? If I'm not working at work, I'm at home working on my dreams. You know what I mean? Hence dreams and motivation. You know, that's came from my brain. If I'm not working at work, I'm working on my dreams or trying to get back into motivation or find the time to work out. But I'm not just, you know what I mean? I'm not, oh yeah, let's go hit the club. I'm not clubbing. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to do. So if I can make some extra income, everything I do takes income. The home that I live in, that's income. I gotta pay a mortgage. I gotta pay HOA. I gotta pay house insurance. You know what I mean? This stuff all takes finances. And then on top of the dreams, the extra stuff, the music, the marketing and promotion with the music, I gotta buy these beats. I got 2 projects coming out. So you know what I mean? I'll take that 22%. I'll take it, Uncle Jeff. I'll take that. So the next holiday that we have coming up, able to work, is the 4th of July. What day does that land on? Let me see. Because I might be able to increase my overtime week by 22% again. Ooh, oh, that's on a Friday. I might take some overtime just to do it. I might take some extra overtime just to do it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna do it. Because here's the thing too. I used to make my own. I got my shirts, right? Like I have my my Dreams and Motivation, the brand, but I have the shirts, I have hats. Did something cut off right now? I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm looking right into this light. So anyway, I had my own brand. I mean, I still have it. But even with brands that I've had in the past, I've always went to my people who were in the distribution, who had these printing machines. I'm about to invest. I am going to work that overtime on the 15th, that 22% increase. I'm about to buy my own printing stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's long overdue. I have all types of slogans, all type of stuff that I want to put on shirts. And that's, you know what I mean? So that's what you should do. I encourage people. What do you like to do? Try to monetize what you like doing in these times. Nothing is going to get cheaper. I already told y'all before voting happened, before the polls, I've been saying it ain't going back to normal. I've been saying that. Don't matter who's in office. This stuff, the game has changed. This country's changed. I've said this. This is my coin. I coined it this, the great transition. I haven't made the vlog on it. I probably should before one of these big content creations steal it, like they always be stealing stuff. But we're in a great transition right now. We're not going back to what it used to be. So I think we're gonna have those who swim and those who drown. And eventually, you know what I mean? And I think we need to be proactive in trying to create other streams of income while we still have that opportunity. And that's one of the ways I think is best to do so. Try to monetize something that you like doing. You know what I mean? All right, let me read some of these comments. My fault. I was kind of went off on a rant right there. But I need to save that for that vlog. 22% increase. All right. Busy working, and I've been hearing bits and pieces about the chaos going on. Right. Me too. I've been hearing a whole lot. Like I said, you know what I mean? I'll be looking at my pro-Black content on top of all my other content. I'm seeing it taking a turn, but I don't know if it's just because what I watch. That's the tricky thing about the internet, especially like a TikTok. They feed you what you watch. So you can be watching something and they keep feeding you that, but you got to be careful that you don't think that's the whole perception of what's going on outside, because they're just giving you what you usually watch. You know, so I'm starting to see, and what my perception, it looks like things is turning towards racial tension. I don't know if that's what's going on outside though, but I'm seeing enough people where, you know what I mean, just a lot of like, yeah, this is like it's turning in the wrong direction. You feel me? But yeah, it seemed like it has been getting a little crazy out there. Last thing I heard, I guess what they call the Marines went out there. I don't know what happened though. Does anybody know what happened? I should probably look that up, because I remember there was people, I started seeing people make TikToks about that, like, yo, the Marines is coming, and then I didn't hear nothing. So I don't know what happened. Yeah. Okay. So this is from Fox. It says Marines still not on LA streets, seen in hand-to-hand combat training. 2 days ago. Okay. Well, 2 days ago, it says 700 Marines arrive in LA. So which one is it? Both got CBS and Fox News. But I don't be watching mainstream news. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm gonna look into that. All right. Sean says busy working, and I've been hearing bits and pieces about the chaos going on. Yeah, me too, fam. It's been looking like it's escalating. Adrian was good. Yo, sending love from South Dakota. First time in the chat, but love the replays. Hey, that's what's up, fam. Definitely appreciate everybody, who tunes in. Even though it's just the lives, the reason it's only been the lives, man, I'm maxed out with my time. You know what I mean? So I'm at least trying to stay consistent with these lives, but I'm trying to pivot back into the vlogs as well. So everybody who's been just supporting and, been checking out the replays of the lives, definitely appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, Adrian. CR, what up? CR says, I'll be outdoors for the ones who are scared to. Ooh, wait. Well, that's the thing. There's people who's not scared to. Like, everybody's different. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna be outside. You know, and the reason why, it ain't scared. My bloodline in this country, we are the blueprint when it comes to standing on front lines. We've always done that. So it's not, at least for my people, it's not a scared, it's a smart, because as you can tell, you're not seeing people being shot. You're not seeing people getting stomped out by 20 cops because we're not there. You feel me? But let Black people stand up and go out there. It's about to be all chaos. So it would be smart for my people not to, because they just passed laws. Did we forget about the, what's it called? Police immunity or whatever? We're basically, yo, y'all do what y'all got to do, is what the police were told. Who do we think that's going to apply to? Just by history. You know what I mean? So, you know, let's be, what's the word? Let's be clear, you know, and I'm speaking for me and my people. Ain't nobody on our side scared. Never have been. You know what I mean? And this is the thing too. We have to, that's, scared is an emotion. Scared is an emotion. This is bigger. People have to stop being led by their emotions. And I think that, especially with my community, we're not being led by the emotions right now. You feel me? Like, and me, I'm big on that as an individual. I don't move off emotions. We have to play chess. There's too many people playing checkers. You feel me? And there's people that's pulling the strings, getting people to do what they want them to do. Life is not checkers. You know what I mean? You got to play chess out here, especially for certain different demographics. Certain people don't have the opportunity to play checkers. There's people who can't just play. No, there's people who have to play chess out here. And there's, you know what I mean? So, you know, who's that? CRPR. Shout out to CRPR. Sean said, yeah, I love Wednesday. I can check and see. Right. And like I said, mine's up 20 or down 22%. But and I'm still working overtime. That's how crazy that last check was. You know, that 22% made a difference. It was 22% higher than like a 60. Oh, that would have been, I got to put that in there. Because I want to put it, because I'm not going to say how, you know what I mean? I'm not going to give them the dollar amount just because I just can't, I can't do that. But I do want to put in the percentage and then the total hours that I work difference too. I think that'll be some good information. Let me see. All right. But yeah, I think that's dope how we can check, you know, we get that, see what our paycheck look like. That is fire. Adrian said, use the OT money to buy 2 new monitors and a stand-up desk, trying to be like you. Hey. Oh, you did. Hold up. You used the OT money to. Let's go, Adrian. That's what I'm talking about. Use the OT money to buy. He didn't even say, my dude didn't even say. See, I love when people plan to do stuff and have goals. Nah. Adrian said, oh, no, this is done. Oh, yeah, I already did this. I did this last week. You know, shout out to Adrian. That's what I'm talking about. He used it already to buy 2 new monitors and a standing desk, trying to be like you and I grow up. That's what's up, man. What you you finna do content? You doing music? What you doing? Shout out to Adrian. And that's what I think that's smart. Use this OT money. Of course, pay off the bills, pay off the debt, you know, all those things. But I think it'd be best and proactive for people to try to use this OT money to bring some type of return, and not just, because this is the thing too, and this is where a lot of people are going, because they have the mindset, like people are, or not the mindset, what they have is people are seeing the reality. This false illusion of security is finally being unraveled to a lot more people who thought we had this security, right? And especially in certain fields, all fields is getting rocked, and this false illusion of security is kind of being unraveled. So some people are thinking and coming to the conclusion, like, snaps, I need to start bringing in more income because stuff is not changing for the best. But, which is good. But then what I'm seeing on the flip side is like people, okay, when that happens, they have the snakes out here, the wolves, I would say, who's ready to put their teeth, sink their fangs into the prey. People are starting to see, I need to do something with this money because just my income's not doing it. So you have all the wolves coming. Oh, invest into this, put your money here. Here's this new gambling app. Oh, here, you know what I mean? And it's like the lack of people are, a lot of people are new to all these fields, investing, betting, sports betting, blah, 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 blah. I would be careful on those things because I'm seeing a whole lot more people. I don't know if we were talking about this on the live. We'd be having conversations. I'll be having conversations in my life all over the place. I don't know where I was talking about this, but we were talking about sports betting. Oh, I think it was here. Or it was on the Faith page. Because I think Jay Weezy was there. We were talking about the sports betting thing. It just really blew up out of nowhere. People have always bet for sure, but now it's more on a more commercial level. You know what I mean? I'm seeing it in the workplace. I got family members. Hey, you hear about the sports betting? Yeah, how you hear about it? you know, like, all right, okay. But all those things are cool. But there's, you know what I mean? That could be a trap for somebody though. That can be an easy way to lose money. I think it's best to try to put it in things that you know is gonna work or invest in yourself. But I can't tell nobody what to do because I'm sure there's people who've won in those areas. But just be careful, man. You know what I mean? Because when climates like this come about, the wolves come out. You know what I mean? When desperate times come, the wolves come out. You know, a lot of people get rich during these times off scamming, off vulnerable people losing their money. So be careful out there, y'all, with all these scams. You know, and I think this is a dope way to use your money. I'm not against stock, but I'm against putting all your money in if you don't know nothing about it. You feel me? If you want to learn and test the waters, I guess for sure. You feel me? I would, for sure, do your thing. But I don't know. I maybe just because I've always been the type, I like to bet on me. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather I'll feel better about myself if I put all my money into my dream or something that was put on my heart than putting all my money into a stock or something like that. But I'm just rambling. You know what I mean? Y'all give me y'all thoughts. But shout out to Adrian, man. That's super dope. Super dope. Believe says, what up, SB? I got a friend who keeps going negative because she doesn't have major responsibilities like rent. Her parents take care of her. What should I do to convince her to be responsible? Sometimes there's nothing you can do, fam. Sadly, sometimes there's nothing you can do. Once you've done all you can do, you've done all you can do. And sometimes people need to learn. You know what I mean? Sometimes people need to learn while they have no responsibilities. So when they have those responsibilities, they won't mess up when it matters. You know what I mean? So this person that you're talking about that has no responsibilities, the thing is they probably you don't want to be doing the same thing that her parents are doing. The parents are kind of, well, I don't know how old she is, but they're being that net and that safetyness, keeping, no. You don't want to do the same thing like, oh, no. Well, maybe it's time for them to learn, or at least you've done the best that you can do as a friend. You gave them the advice. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? And it's best that they learn while they have no responsibilities instead of learning the hard way when they do have no responsibilities. So I think that's what you should do, is what you did. You feel me? There's not much more you can do. It's not much more you can do. But shout out to Believe. She says to me, she doesn't understand how I always have 80 hours UPT, which is the max, and I take care of myself. Right? Hey, but that's a big flex though, man. When you got 80 hours UPT, I don't even got that. I don't ever have 80 hours UPT. No. Which is dope though. I want to be like you too, Believe. Like I want to be like you when it comes to UPT. I need to get on your level because I'm not there. I've never been there. And I think because I don't know. But shout out to you. 80 hours UPT that's beasting right there. Mercy says, good evening, SB. What up, Mercy? What up? Hope all is well. Finally got a chance to learn Amnesty. That's what's up. Shout out to Amnesty in the building. Good stuff. Evernie, what up, though? What up, Evernie? Good to see you in the building. Mercy says, glad I'm doing a shift. I get to have all holiday pay. Nice. That's what's up. It does make a difference. I can't lie. They take out taxes, but it still make a big, you still see it though. Because I ain't gonna lie. I do wish I had my last check. You feel me? I do. I looked at my check. You feel me? It's nice. It's a blessing. You feel me? It's heavy, but it was obese though last week. It was like, man, yeah, so shout out to holiday pay and overtime. Yeah, I think I might have to do the next one as well. I might have to. CBK Gaming, what up? What up? Oh, that's what's up. I know. I remember the CBK. I remember that. Shout out to you, fam. Hope all is well with you. Good to see you. Good to see you in the building. Hope all is well, though. Sean said, Florida Sheriff, bro, I just this, and this. I just reposted this right before we came on live. Not on my SB TikTok, on my other TikTok. I'm gonna probably repost it on my SB TikTok if I don't forget. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do right now. But right, this, you know what I mean? And he said it with confidence, with his chest out too. And everybody behind him had their chest out. You know, he would talk like, no, he talking like this, like, listen, hold on, let me get a side view. My chest ain't as big because I ain't been in the gym, but it's all like that. he ain't talking straight. He out there like his chest is out. All of them, all in the background too. Like we dare you. Listen. And then like as somebody said earlier that they weren't scared. And shout out to who said that? Because that you fam, you know what I mean? CRPR, he's been supporting forever. So I understand where he's coming from. But this is where we all need to understand each other. You feel me? We have to be understanding of each other's battles in this situation. It's not wise if somebody's saying we ready to put people down, like take their lives away, and think it'll be wise for the ones who've already been getting their lives taken away to stand in the front. That don't even, you know what I mean? That don't. But listen, people gonna do what they do. So yeah, that's deep though. So anybody out there in Florida that's kind of in the mix with all that, yeah, I saw that, and I was like, man, that's deep. That's deep. Is that not deep for somebody to be on the news, and not just somebody, authority on the news to say that? Is that not? Am I tripping? Have we gotten that far from? That's deep. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But let me know if I'm tripping. That's deep, though. You're just going to take somebody's life. And I understand. We got to look at every side of this. When you do, I look at every side of everything. I understand where all sides are coming from. But, man, that's deep. Yeah, that's deep, fam. Adrian says, starting a faith-based fitness coaching business, YouTube content, and also product. That's what's up. That's what's up. King, that's what's up, man. Just and then, okay, well, and here's my thing with this. Because I did a message on this. Oh, no, did I put that out on my faith-based page? I don't know. I got so many messages and videos. I don't know, but that's dope. But just make sure your heart stays in the right place. You know what I mean? Because that's going to be a temptation in this area. If you start to get traction, that's going to be the temptation. You feel me? Is the opportunity for gain. The opportunity for gain. Just make sure your heart stays in the right place, because there's a lot of people jumping into these spaces for that dollar. You know what I mean? For the clout. They're doing it for selfish gain. And I'm not saying a lot of people. There's a lot who start off for that reason, but there's even genuine people who start with a genuine heart. This or the clout gets to that heart and takes them somewhere else. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think you follow my faith-based channel, but if you go over there, you feel me? Like, I've seen people. I've been in that area. You know what I mean? I've seen both people who get the money and go that way, and people who get the fame and go that way. So just be careful. You know what I mean? Be careful, man. Guard your heart, because people change. You know, I'm not saying you, but that's a temptation. You feel me? You know what I mean? So, but shout out to you, my dude. Let me know too when you get it started, my dude. I definitely want to check it out. That's some good stuff right there. Jay Weezy says, have you noticed any change with OT pay? I heard Trump signed that no T. Bro, I don't know what happened to that, because I'm getting taxes off my OT. I got a gang of taxes taken out. I don't know. I ain't heard that talk. I didn't follow none of that stuff anyways, but I would like to know what's up with that. Anybody know? Anybody else know what's going on with that? I ain't heard nothing talked about, unless I just missed it. If somebody can fill me in on that. Did that get changed? Did that promise get kept yet or no? I don't know. Please, somebody fill us in on that. Adrian says, financial literacy is very important. I raised my credit over 200 points in 6 months just off YouTube videos. You raise your credit off YouTube videos? How you talking about like the finances from your YouTube video? You use that to pay down some of your credit? Is that what you're saying? Points in 6 months just off YouTube videos. I couldn't get approved for credit cards. I now have multiple that I pay in full. Same. I was the same way. I feel you. I was the same way. But the times I got denied for my credit card, it was because they falsified my I didn't even know until I left the bank. Gave them all my information. And I had certain apps that told you where your credit was, like at least an estimate, because you couldn't get the actual thing. And I should have gotten it. And they were like, oh, it didn't qualify. And I didn't question it too much until I went home and read it. They put my occupation down as a taxi driver. Didn't nobody mention a taxi driver, fam? You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, people are wicked out here. But it is what it is. I got it now, though. You know what I mean? I got a few of them as well. So yeah, I would definitely encourage people to. But be careful with those too. Like you said an important thing. You pay it off in full. That's official. That's dope. Good stuff, my dude. Julian, what up, Julian? Good to see you. Good to see you. Said, I'm applying for the learning trainer position at my FC. I've been doing ambassador 2+ years and feel like it's time for me to move up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Learning trainer. So the learning trainer, they're the L3 or tier 3. I don't know what they go by in the tier 3, I believe, in the warehouse. Or did they get moved to L? Not sure. Anyway, same level. Level 3. That's what's up. Congrats. Go for it. And because you already, like you said, you've been ambassador 2 years. Handle it. You got this. Keep us posted on that too, Julian. Jay Weezy says, Florida police is crazy. I see a lot of videos of them going overboard and getting in trouble for corruption. Man, I've seen corruption, yeah, that's deep. I mean, I don't know. I'm not from Florida. Have I been to Florida? I don't think I've ever been to Florida. I gotta go to Florida. No, I don't. But I've always heard, I see like the memes, and from my perception, I've only seen like the image of just Florida people like, oh yeah, Florida people is wild, or you know what I mean? But I'm not surprised, But like I said, we're in new times. This is not what it was yesterday. And I've said that, you know what I mean? Like left wing, right wing, same bird. We're going towards a direction. It didn't matter who was getting into the office. And this is what I said, you know what I mean? So it's new times. But I've never seen that. Like you said, Florida police is crazy. I've never seen a police agency on broadcasting, we'll take your life. I've never seen that, unless I'm tripping, but I don't remember seeing that though. At least like that boldly and bluntly, that was pretty deep. But we'll see. I guess we'll see how it all turns out. Double Down was good. Says good evening. First week of nights down feels like a vacation compared to days. Man, don't say that, man. You're gonna try to. You're gonna get me to go back to nights. Shout out to the night scene. He said it feels like vacation compared to days. That's what's up. Shout out to Double Down over there, getting to relax, finally getting to breathe. You feel me? Adrian says no tax on overtime was in the big beautiful bill, still finishing being passed. So we're going, what, 2026? Why everything else get passed so quick? Ain't that funny? He didn't pass how many things? What's that? DEI, and I'm not for or against. I think that hurt my people, honestly. So I'm kind of glad. Boy, hold up, though. I'm supposed to make a blog about that. Didn't he say DEI was finished? Why do I still get DEI emails? Anybody got? Don't even answer. Let's not answer that. We still got, anyways. He signed some stuff that went through pretty quick. I wonder why that one has to wait. You know what I mean? But I mean, I guess it is what it is, Perfect gematria was good, my guy. Was good with you. Hope all is well. Sean says Florida has too many crocodiles for sinkholes for me. See, I forgot about the crocodiles. That's deep. And I've seen a gang of videos too. Somebody taking out their trash, cool, just walking out, and it's a 12-foot alligator sitting in their driveway, like, in the backyard. And they go out there, and there's a 10-foot alligator. That's crazy. Like a whole alligator. I'm in Arizona. I've seen one Scorpio. What do they call it? A scorpion. I've seen one scorpion, and I didn't even get to see the fullness of them because it was just getting dark, and it got to the point where shadows in the shadow areas, like it's dark, you can't really see it. And he just walked into the shadow, and I only seen his outline. My dude looked as big as my hand, and I was walking the dog. I went home. I said it's time. Let's go home. Let's wrap it up. That's enough for me. A scorpion, you feel me? So a alligator, bruh. You feel me, bruh? If anything, I might just go back to Cali. You feel me? If I go anywhere, it's gonna be Cali. But even in Cali, they got tarantulas in certain areas when you get by the mountains. You know what I mean? Look, got me looking around the room now. Oh, you see, I got a dog hair floating on. You feel me? Hey, I hate that. When you start talking about spiders, you gotta look around in his feet. All right, you feel me? I feel you. I ain't trying to wrestle no alligators. Cool. And then too, they got them what hurricanes over there. People are starting to stock up on food, panic buying, right? And we ain't even, trust me. I told people, I've been saying this, mark my words. We not even nowhere near how bad it's going to get. We're not even there yet. So I would be buying if possible too. Trying to stack up on things that last a little, longer. Have more shelf life. Your rice, you know what I mean, the canned goods and all that stuff. And I think too, people should look into those YouTube channels, those TikToks. There's people who have, channels giving that type of information, what food lasts long and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But ultimately, that's why we can do all that. But ultimately, too, I'm a spiritual person. You feel me? I believe in the Lord, and that's one reason why I've been trying my best to, stay on my faith walk, because that matters. You feel me? Like, you can have all the food you want stacked up. You know what I mean? But there's still somebody out there that can come and take it, And then people can go and gather all the firearms they got. There's going to be somebody else out there with more, But that don't mean don't do it. I'm pro, what do they call that? Prepared, prep ready, whatever you want to call it. I'm for it. Do it. I'm pro Second Amendment. I got firearms myself. You know what I mean? But I'm aware that what we're dealing with is not just a physical issue. There's a whole spiritual activity going on that most people don't even be aware of. Oh, okay, there you go. But yeah. Julian said my managers really are pushing for me to go for that position, and they are helping and guiding me on What would look best? That's a good look when you got your when you have your team and your leaders specifically going for you and kind of leading you into a certain direction, especially a better position, higher position. That's always a good look. I would capitalize off of that, and I would go for it. They saying it, I would do it. But then too, I would try to get as much information as possible on what they do, just to make sure it's a good fit for you. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the cons with the company when it comes to promotions. And not really a con, but it's something that you want to go above and beyond on trying to do, getting information on the position. Because at least like on the internal job finder, a lot of the descriptions are real broad compared to what your exact duties are for that position, so I think it's best, not just for this position, but anybody moving up, always try to find like 5 to 6 people to talk to that's been in that position, because at least out of them 5 or 6, Amazon, anybody in a position that's high, especially once you start talking about leadership, if you don't know them, they're gonna give you the fluff. You feel me? Because they don't know you really, and they don't know who you're gonna take that information back to. And if they're giving you some real challenges, they don't want that repeated to their supervisor. So they're not really gonna be 100% truth. You know what I mean? There'll be a lot of fluff sometimes. But if you can talk to about 6 people, at least there'll be somebody who kind of, you know what I mean? If there's any questionable or challenges, it'll be somebody there that will bring it up. That's what I did, and I think I should have did that more when it came to corporate, but I couldn't reach nobody. I didn't know, only knew one person in the warehouse, and they just came from corporate and came as a manager. And they was like, they came back as a manager, but I seen, she was like, oh yeah, it was cool. I was like, because I seen you lying. You lying. But then so I was like, oh, okay, would you go back? No, absolutely not. Never. And laughs. So what you lying for and trying to send me to the slaughter for? Talking about you ain't never gonna go back, but you should give it a try. What? You feel me? So that is one of the things that I've seen. Man, that little light. I got these neon lights. They're kind of starting to die. I don't know if you guys can see that. Which one? That one. Oh, it looks kind of bright on the screen, but that one's going dim. I got one over here going dim. I gotta get some new ones. Anyways, that is low-key kind of slept on advice. I've never heard nobody give that advice, and that's some good advice. I might have to do a blog on that. Matter of fact, I will. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. Try to get as much information on these positions before you step into it. Just because once you step in, it's not always that easy to step out. Like I can only name one person who's stepped out of the L3. Shout out to Zell. And he's online. You know what I mean? All the tier 3s that I've seen, I've never seen them. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's possible to step into a management position and then step back into a hourly position. Never seen it done. And I've heard people who stepped into the position was like, yeah, nah. But they leave the company. I've never seen them step back down. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, Jay Weezy says Florida sounds like a wild land. Hot weather, hurricanes, gators, giant roaches. They got giant roaches too? What? And mosquitoes and crazy people. I'm good off that. That's funny. Shout out to the Florida folks out there. We got everybody. We got crazy people everywhere. Man, I left my water in the living room. My lips, as soon as I hop on live, lips start getting dry. But I would visit. But even I was thinking about that before I went to New York. I was like, all right, where I want to go? I just need to go somewhere. But I already knew New York. But then I thought too, like, all right, maybe I should hit Florida after this. But nothing wanted me to go. Cause I mean, what do you do in Florida? You know what I mean? I know you got Miami, that's cool. But what is there? You know what I mean? Like a strip or something, or a beach or something. You know what I mean? What does Florida have? Why do people go to Florida? I don't know. Can somebody fill me in? Shout out to Florida, you know what I mean? But I was looking for a reason to go, and I thought, like, wait, why would I go there? You know what I mean? New York, I'm a fan of New York, you know, just due to the fact of, you know, everything. You know what I mean? Like, you know, culture, you know, just as in the state's culture, when it comes to Black Americans' culture in New York, and every, you know, I mean, it's so much. It's just so much that came from New York. I just kind of had to go, and I didn't even get to get into the crevices of New York, you know. So I would actually go back to New York before I go anywhere else. Honestly, like I would do that. But shout out to Florida. Shout out to everybody else. Pat the Gamer, what up, Big Pat? What's good? Hope all is well with you, fam. Good to see you in the building as always. Everybody who's tuned in, if you haven't hit that like button, scroll down just a little bit. Hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed to the channel yet, what is you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Pat the Gamer. Jay Weedy says, I definitely promote that everyone take their faith walk serious. Our country is getting darker and we need to get our souls right above everything. Can't let the world fool you. That's a fact. I agree 200%. I agree, fam. 100%. Julian said, I've talked to all the learning trainers, including their leadership that are in during my shift, and they all have my back and think I should go. That's what's up. Dope. Try to see what they do. Like, what are their tasks? What do you guys do? What do you check? You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was started, because I was already a PA, but the learning trainer was trying to tell me to go into learning training. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. But my first thing I look at, how high can I go up? At that point, my mindset was I just wanted to make sure I didn't go into a department where they had, you know, 2 more levels above me and that's it. So that was one thing. But then I started asking, like, all right, what do you guys do? Boom, boom. And that kind of, it was different from what we just did in operations for myself. So, you know, make sure if possible, you can kind of get their duties. What do you guys do? What's the daily task? You know, all that type of stuff too. And it just goes back to the basic thing that I was saying. You want to try to be as aware as possible what you're stepping into, you know. But that's what's up. If you have your operations team behind you and the learning team behind you, you know what I mean? That sounds like you're gonna be doing pretty good over there. Pat the Gamer said he's doing pretty good. That's good to hear, fam. That's always good to hear. Good stuff. Good stuff. Ryan says, I usually work 4 days out of the week, full time, 40 hours a week. Last week I worked 6 days and I was paid handsomely. The most I've ever got paid. You see, that's a fact. That's what's up. That's what's up. Welcome to the overtime squad. You feel me? Welcome, Ryan. Welcome, Ryan, to the squad. You feel me? Shout out, Ryan, to the OT squad. Yeah, that's what helped me get the house that I'm in. You feel me? That's what helped me. Yeah, it can do that. That was one of the opportunities that I seen I can take advantage of with this company. Like, yo, unlimited overtime every week. I was like, give me that. You know, because that's one of the things they have set apart from a lot of other companies. But people always seen it as a con. You know, people always seen it as, oh, I don't want to do overtime. I was just like, I seen the opposite. But then again, everybody's not the same, you know. And then I have, like I said earlier, I have a lot where I can put finances to for things that I'm trying to do. So that's why I seen it as a pro more than a con. But yeah, do it again, fam. If the opportunity is there, if you're in one of those buildings where you do have that type of opportunity, because now it seems like it's changing. I'm hearing from more and more people that not all buildings are like that at the moment. From what I've heard, I'm not a representative of the company, not a spokesman, but I've heard, a few people say they're trying to get overtime. But I think that should pick up, though, because we got Prime coming up within like the next month and a half. So hopefully, more people can take advantage of that and they have that opportunity to do so. That'd be dope. Because, yeah, them extra funds can come in handy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ryan. Julian says, I've asked them exactly what they do, and they showed me hands-on for a little bit. To be honest, I think that's as high. No, for sure. Oh, okay, got you. Well, you good. If they showing you what they doing and you got to be hands-on with them, man, you good. And like you're saying, that's as high as you want to go for now. That's good too. Even if you want to go higher later, by you being a learning trainer, you're going to be in a bigger. Your network is going to grow. You know what I mean? Your network is going to grow. It's going to expand whichever department that you're in now. It's going to expand to other departments. So now you're going to know more ops managers, and to where if you wanted to at some point move up to the next level in operations, you'll have the same way people are advocating for you to get into this position. You'll have people in other departments. Oh, well, come over here. We'll love to have you as a manager over here. So it sounds like you're gonna be good over there, Julian. It sounds like you're gonna be good. Pat the Gamer says, I'm getting adjusted to my schedule. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, definitely. That definitely can take some time depending on what going from where to where, because then you kind of change your whole life around. You know what I mean? So I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Double Down says it's too hot out here in AZ. Facts. That's a fact. It be hot up out here. I be inside most of the day. I'm gonna lie, and that's what I do appreciate. I guess you feel me. I guess I appreciate that about corporate. Even though in the warehouse you inside too. At least I do be in the office, so that's cool. I appreciate that. And then today I'll be inside a lot. Low key, like I know there's some people out here in Arizona, they be like, oh, let's go to the trail. Nah, I'm cool. I'm finna stay in this AC. Cause yeah, it do be hot out here for sure. Pat the Gamer says, I bet I'm going to pass out in a few minutes. I feel you, man. Get you some rest, my dude. Get you some rest, Pat. Get you some rest, fam. That thing is packed. The cars. That got to be like a Saturday or Friday. But where we at? We at an hour? We up in here. Oh, that's 2 years ago. Wow. My bad. I'm trying to see if there's any updated news I missed. What y'all got planned for the weekend? It's Thursday? Anybody got anything planned? Anybody traveling anytime soon? Where y'all traveling to? Shutter. When was that? Oh, 9 months. Jeez. Why they get me on this old, outdated news? So what's today? All right, let me go back here. Return to office mandates sparks disability complaints. What? Let's see what they're talking about. That was funny too, because we had like the week off. Well, not the week off, but we got to work from home, and I already knew that was gonna happen. I was like, soon as they give us something for working from home, there's gonna be people who like, yo, we need more work from home days, and we had that too. There was people like, we need to we need to look over this work 100% office schedule, as they should. You feel me? Like if we're able to do it from home, I mean, but I get it. I think it's bigger than just what they said it was. But I can't lie, man. I do miss that work from home situation. All right, let me see what Amazon Incorporation hardline stance on getting disabled employees to return to the office has sparked backlash. What? with workers alleging the company is violating the Americans with Disabilities Act, as well as their rights to collectively bargain. I didn't hear about this. Who is this? Oh, it's Yahoo. Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. At least 2 employees have filed complaints with the Employment Opportunity Commission and National Labor Relations Board. Never heard of that. Interesting. Federal agencies that regulate working conditions. One of the workers said they provided the EEOC with a list of 18 similar situated employees to emphasize that their experience isn't isolated and to help federal regulators with possible investigation. That's deep. Disabled workers frustrated with how the company is handling their requests for accommodations, including, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to figure out like what accommodations we had for people to work from home, and that information is kind of hard to find. Maybe it's just me though, but then I even stopped. Like, man, let me stop because I don't think I'm gonna get the information, But like, imagine disabled people having an issue to get accommodation to work from home. That's deep. I'm not representing the company. This is not a reflection of the company. That's like this is just one person we're reading about. But anyways, let me see. Disabled workers frustrated with how the company is handling their requests for accommodations. I wonder if they're going to give an example of what they mean by disabled. I wonder what type of disability we're talking about when it comes to this. I never heard this. This is news to me. I haven't been following the news, so that's why it's been news. But this is a newer article that was released, including exemptions to mandate that they report to the office 5 days a week, are also venting their displeasure on internal chat rooms. I've seen those chat rooms, and have encouraged colleagues to answer surveys about the policies. Amazon has been deleting such posts and warning that they violate rules governing internal communications. Ooh, good thing I left those chat rooms. You feel me? I just left them just because there was no point in following them. To me, like, man, we're not going to work from home. Like, I don't want to keep being reminded of that every day, but there were people in there who's like trying to still figure out a way. Maybe they may find a way, but I exited those little chat rooms a while ago just because, man, I don't want to sit here and meditate on and not working from home. But anyways, one of the employees said they were terminated. Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Amazon or the company has been deleting such posts and warning. Listen, how do they know that? Listen, this is deep. They've been deleting posts and warning that they violate rules governing internal communications. What rules do we have for internal communications? I would like to read those because I never knew we had rules governing internal communications. And I'm big on reading the rules due to the fact I do social media and a lot of my content, is relative, on my experience of the company. So I'm very aware of what I can do and what I can't do. And I was never really told about that though. Governing internal communications. I'm gonna have to write that down and see if I can get some information on that because I'm unaware of that. I don't go, but here's the thing too. I don't be in no communications on the company stuff, doing nothing. I don't be advocating for nothing. I don't be even sharing no content. Like I've had partners that's on the sites or people I with work on different sites I work with. They recognize me. I've had people message me, "Hey, are you SB?" Bro, I don't say that first. I be thinking, like, how in the world do they know that? My picture is not even my face. My face ain't even my profile picture. People don't know my real name, but I guess they get it because my first name and last name. But anyways, so that's pretty funny. But even then, I don't be like trying to promote my stuff through the company on any internal communications. So I kind of cover myself anyways, but I would like to know those rules though. I've never even heard of it. What time is it? 8:22. Huh. All right. Or if you guys know, let me know. Let me see if you guys know in this comment section. No, I guess y'all don't know either. Who's this? Ronald. What up, Ronald? What's good, SB? Be safe out there. Things are getting crazy, bro. Stay prayed up. Everybody, please be careful. God bless you all. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I think it's going to continue to get more turned up. So I think that's some good advice right there. Definitely stay prayed up for sure. Ronald, what's good with you, fam? Good to see you, my dude. Always good to see you. All right. Let me just finish reading this thing. One employee said they were terminated, and the other, that's the little husky. That's the husky. Them things is just loud. The Great Dane, oh yeah, he's loud too. His voice too, he sound like a beast. Well, he is a beast. You know what I mean? He's a beast for sure, for sure. But he, you know what I mean? He's a gentle giant, and he don't even be barking. He do. But if anybody knows about huskies, some things just be barking, howling, singing. So that's him in the background if y'all hear him. Terminated, and another said they were told to find a different position for advocating for disabled workers on employee message boards. Both filed complaints. Boom, boom, boom. The company's use of artificial intelligence to help it manage employee results for disabled. Okay, I don't want to. Company spokesman said the company's disability and leave service teams ensure employees have access to the accommodations and adjustments they need to be effective and advance their careers. The process is empathetic and the interactions aren't automated. That's a great response. Politically correct. That's PC. That is, who is that? Well, I see the name. I wonder what their position is. That's like some Chat GPT expert response right there. That is a great response to avoid any type of litigation. Any type of litigation. That was perfect. Amazon respects employees' rights to organize. Nice. And doesn't interfere with these rights. We don't discriminate or retaliate against employees for engaging in organizing activities. I don't know why I read it in that voice, but I like it. I want to say the name. The person says in an email statement, we are committed to supporting our employees by providing effective accommodations to meet their individual needs and the needs of the business. Okay, you feel me? Well, hopefully they can help me get an accommodation so I can meet my need for working from home as well. All right, I'm just talking over here. Well, hold on. Let me see. Did they say any more? So that was from a representative of the company. That's what's up. Bloomberg reports in November that Amazon was making it more difficult for staff with disabilities to win approval to work from home. I wonder what this like disabilities, like what type of disabilities? You know what I mean? I wonder like I would like to know that. The company implemented a more rigorous vetting process, both for new requests to work remotely and applications to extending existing arrangements. Affected employees had to participate in a multi-level leader review, and some were told month-long trials will be used to determine if accommodation meets their needs. That's deep. Listen, I'm not a spokesman of the company. This is not a reflection of the company. This is just a press release. But the spokesman did speak, and they said what they said. So that's what's up. That's what's up. That's some news I wasn't aware of. That's some news I wasn't aware of. I want to look into that. That's one thing that I was like, is there a list of accommodations I can see? You know what I mean? That is something I requested. I didn't get a list though. You feel me? I didn't get a list though. You know what I mean? But listen, I signed up to just work the job and follow their rules. So their rules is, ASD, we not giving you a list, bro. Listen, if they want to say SD, you don't get a list. All right, fine. You feel me? Fine. Shout out to Uncle Jeff. You feel me? I'm just gonna work and go to the office then. Oh man, I'm not gonna, I didn't sign up to work from home, so fine. You feel me? I'll just work in the office. All right. Perfect Gematria says, you apply for accommodations, they deny and put you on a leave forever. That's deep, fam. What? Where you hear this from? Where you hear this from, Gematria? That's deep. I've never heard of that. Oh, okay, leave forever. Okay, I see what you mean. That's deep. Said a bunch of people told you that at the site. That's deep. Yeah, I only asked once for accommodation list, and then I never asked again just because, I didn't get a list, so I just took that as okay. I'm not gonna ask again, Listen, and this is not for you. This is just in general, because they trying still to get that work from home for sure. People do it, do your thing. But I've always been the type, listen, I've signed up. I didn't sign up to work from home. And here's the thing, even if I signed up to work from home and they changed the rules and wanted us to go back into the office, even though I signed up to work from home, I still, you feel me? Like it's still their company at the end of the day, I'll just be seeing things different, I guess. But I was grateful for when it lasted. We got to work home for like a cool 2 years or a year or something like that. We had a nice amount of time working from home, man. I can't even lie. Jay Weave says, whenever I hear more vetting, I hear more reasons to say no. That's deep. I mean, here's the thing, y'all. In my humble opinion, that'd be a dope spot to hit a vlog right there. I think they're on Santa Monica Pier. Yeah, I might have to do that. Here's my thing though. Come on, all it takes is one person to get the accommodation on something general, and they know everybody gonna try to flood it to get it. Because I know some people who got accommodations, and my first question is, where you at? Because I see your icon on. I don't see you in the office. Where you at? Your break was up. You feel me? Your lunch ain't till it ain't lunchtime. Where you at? Oh, I got accommodation. You know my next question. Bet, what's our accommodation? What we doing? Bet, fill me in. And they know that, you know what I mean? So, but like I said, I do know somebody who got accommodation, but I can't do that. It was because what is it for again? They're allergic to pets or dogs, dog hair. They're allergic to something. I have pets, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, to try to get no accommodation. So there are things out there, but that's probably what I should ask them. How did you know? Where did you find out that was a accommodation? But anyways, that's funny. Jay Weezy is hilarious. Per Gematria says only way is unable to drive, unable to use public transportation. Is that a way though? I don't think that's an accommodation. You think so? I think they would just fire people at that point because you can't make it to the job. Or are you talking about like disability? And that disability is unable to causes you not to be able to drive or use public transportation. Is that what you're talking about? That would make sense. But either way, I miss working from home though. I can't lie. But I'm still grateful. You feel me? Your boy SB is still grateful for the job, man. I ain't gonna lie. Still grateful though. But yeah, so what's the news, man? What we chopping up about next? That was some little work from home news. That's what's up. I didn't hear that. That flew under the radar, low key. When was that released? That was, I don't know where I go. I'll close it, I think. I don't know when that was released, but that flew under the rug. But what we talking about? What's next? What we got? What we got, y'all? What we got? Y'all finna run it up on what's that day called? Y'all finna run it up on Prime Day? Y'all finna spend y'all money on Prime Day? I think I might buy a few things. Just some necessities though. Nothing crazy. I had me an energy drink today, and I think that's why my nose is itching too. My nose itches sometimes when I drink energy drinks. Jay Widgie says, fun fact, I seen the 2025 Forbes list for the best places to work in the US. Amazon's nowhere on it. That's crazy because I think it should be on there. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it should be. Yes, we can get in certain positions that's terrible to that individual for sure. I'm not gonna argue that, but I think for opportunity wise, man, or who's on there? Let's see. Let me pull that up because I didn't see that list. What is it called? You said it's called Best Place to Work in the US on the Forbes. Let's see. Why did they give me a Yahoo search engine? Get off. Yeah, let's see. Best. Oh, that's why my news search was so trash. That was Yahoo. Shout out to Yahoo. Best jobs to work in the US Forbes 2025. Let's see. Forbes 2025, America's Best Employers. Like for new grads. Okay, whoa. You said Amazon's not on there? And Amazon just invested how many billions, or I don't know how much money into AI, into automation? Isn't automation the future? Shouldn't that be a field for people to go into? And this company is one of the biggest companies. That's, you know what I mean? That's pretty crazy. Click here. No. Oh, wait. Where do you see it? Bruh. Okay, here we go. Here, let me share the screen because I think you guys only see me, huh? Yeah, I feel weird. I'm not playing. Let me see. Pull it though. Boom. Share screen. Forbes 25. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the Forbes 2025 best jobs. Where'd it go? The full list. Microsoft. Didn't they just have layoffs? Or am I tripping? Hold up. Hold up. Am I tripping? Wait. Bruh. Am I seeing layoffs? I know. Bruh. These folks just had layoffs. Microsoft layoffs hit communications and marketing. And then in May, they were laying off 6,000 people. See, this is why you can't take advice. You can't take these people advice, fam. This is why it's important to you know what I mean? Imagine you being oh yeah, all right. Forbes says Microsoft is the best place. You go there and get laid off. Like, anyways, all right. You got Microsoft, Google, New York Power Authority. That's what's up. Never heard that in my life. Well, maybe because I'm not from New York and the state is in New York. That's what's up. Envy, whatever that is. What do they do? Industry is semiconductors, electronics. That's okay. Cool. Apple in the building. Shout out to Apple. Boston Scientific. Stanford University is one of the best locations to work. The school, the university. Okay. Delta. All right. And airlines is one of the top 8 companies to work for. That's what's up. I'm surprised the university is one in top 10 companies to work for. That's pretty deep. I never would have thought that. I thought teachers were like some of the most underpaid people. So who's getting all the money there? What job position? They just put education. No. Can we click on this? Okay, let's see. We need a breakdown of this. And alumni salary. Okay, wait, no, but Nah, we're just 7 for best employees, America's best largest group of employers. Y'all not giving me the information I want though. Academics. How much are the teachers getting paid there, fam? That's what I want to know. Because last time I checked, I thought, and I've seen a gang of TikToks of teachers not happy with they pay. But anyways, we got the what is that? Procedure and Gamble. Oh, that's deep. All right. In and out. Jay Weezy. Jay Weezy. In and out. Best company to work for in 2025 on the Forbes list. In and out 14. This sounds like this doesn't sound right to me. This whole list just doesn't sound right. But who am I? You feel me? I'm definitely not on the Forbes list. So maybe that's the case. So should I leave Amazon and go work for In and Out? Maybe I'm in the wrong. Are we in the wrong field? You feel me? Are we in the wrong field? Listen, you know what? They might be onto something. At least I would never be upset at lunchtime because I love In and Out. That's one of my favorite fast food. And I guess that's my favorite fast food because I don't like fast food. But In and Out though, In and Out's fire. Number 14 though. How? Okay. The Mayo Clinic, that sounds disgusting. I want to work there just because of the name. All right, I'm just playing. I probably would still work there, but each day I would like cringe, like, ugh, clocking into the Mayo Clinic. Nike, okay. Adobe, that makes sense. Capital One, bet they taking everybody's money anyways. Salesforce, aren't there another one who just had a big layoff? I wonder how many of these companies in the top 20 had layoffs. Like, imagine the people going off of this for their guidance. All right, 2025 snaps. I need to leave my job. I wonder what jobs are secure or people are saying is good ones to go to. And they're looking at these and for me, 80% of the top 20 had layoffs in the last year. Anyways, all right, let me go. My bad. Just wanted to check that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to In and Out. Oh, man, where we at? 127? What else we got? We got anything else we're going to chop it up with? Or we going to end it off here for the night? What's good? What we doing? What we doing, son? What we doing, son? What we doing, Jay Weezy? What we doing? What we doing, Perfect Gematria? What we doing? This weekend, what I got going on this weekend, y'all? What y'all got going on this weekend? Low key, I'm trying to finish up my project. I think I might do that. I think we might end it right here. We at 127, so that's not bad. I like to try to shoot for 2 hours, but I think we good. We did good tonight. We did good. So for sure, we're gonna wrap it there, y'all. We're gonna be back next Thursday, so be sure to what you say? Jay Weezy said I couldn't work In and Out. I'll be right, you feel me? 300 for sure. You know, like, but I think they start off at 15 too. No, I know their entry level was pretty. From what I knew, I haven't checked that in a long time, so I don't know where they are now. But I know they've always seemed to be above the entry level. You know. But that's still crazy. They would put that for the Forbes best place to work. Like the age demographic doesn't even seem like people who look at Forbes releases would even be there to see that. Most of In and Out, well, it used to be a lot of young people, you know what I mean? So I don't know, that's just weird. Weird list in my opinion. I think their entry 20. My God, $20? That's what's up. But you're gonna work for them 20 though. You're gonna work. But you know what? Is it that hard? At least you're not, you know what I mean? It seems like repetitive. Whatever you're doing, let's say you're making fries. You finna make fries. Oh, you finna make fries. You're gonna make a lot of them, but it's repetitive. If you finna make burgers or you're doing the cash register, you're just putting in the same, what they got, 5 orders? You got 5 things you can order there. It don't seem like too bad of a job. Unless it's probably one bad position. You got to clean the bathrooms. Man, that's the only position where it's like, that's probably challenging. That's probably challenging. The bathrooms probably be, but they keep them clean though. I've never really seen a filthy in and out bathroom. That's one thing I haven't seen. So they do a great job, but it's like, man, that seems, I don't think, you know what I mean? I'm not bigger than any job. I'll do any job. But you know what I mean? I would try to stay from that one though, as long as possible. And I wonder how they do that. I wonder how they switch up their jobs. Each week, do they get a new role? Are there different roles that pay more? See, now you got me thinking now. Shout out to In-N-Out. Perfect Gematria says, I just contacted Teamsters earlier and told them to go to my site. Oh, you talking about for what are they called? Union? It ain't gonna happen, fam. I feel you. I feel the frustration. It ain't gonna happen, no. Trust me. Has New York even won completely union yet? Let me search that. Because I don't know if they have. Let me see. Is New York Amazon fully union or unionized? There you go. No, bro. New York they still not fully unionized? It says no, Amazon's not fully unionized. Oh, wait. Let me see. While there have been successful unionization efforts at some facilities, particularly the JFK 8 warehouse in Staten Island, New York, and some delivery driver groups, the vast majority, some Amazon facilities are unionized. Okay, I'll take that back. I apologize. Dog in that wilding. Workers at the JFK Fulfillment Center in Staten Island, New York, voted to unionize in 2022, becoming the first Amazon facility in the U.S. to form a recognized union. So it looks like JFK is fully unionized. It's looking like this union and the Amazon Labor Union ALU has since affiliated with the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. They're called the International Brotherhood. I don't mess with brotherhoods. I don't like that word. But my bad. My conspiracy it's almost 10. You feel me? 10, 11, 12. My conspiracy. You feel me? I'm on my conspiracy content. Shout out to Jay Weezy, you know. International Brotherhood of Teamsters. That's interesting. Anyways, delivery drivers working so hard. All right. Let me see. That's a better question. How many Amazons are fully unionized? That's a better question. Because that was one thing, my opinion on that was always, it's never going to happen on a full scale. It says there's none. However, there's one facility, the JFK warehouse on Staten Island, New York, where workers voted in favor of forming a union and have since affiliated with the Teamsters. Although the vote was successful, Amazon still legally changing the results. So they're not even fully unionized. I said that from the gate when people was protesting in Amazon's, we're going to go union. No, you're not. You like a little meme of that one dude? No, you're not. You're not. No, you're not. Amazon's not going union. Is you crazy? You can fight. You can rumble. You can, you know what I mean? Amazon is not finna let that happen. Amazon? Uncle Jeff? He on the $1 trillion yacht guy? Fam, he ain't finna give up $1. He's like, hold on. That warehouse pays 1 month of our yacht expenses. It's not going anywhere. I'm just playing. All right. Hold on. I do want to read that though. But let me see. Make sure. Do you mind comment? Let me see. You contacted the Teamsters. That's hilarious. It's not funny. I'm just saying. It's fun. Be careful. I would just say be careful. But if you're at that point where that's happening, I understand the frustration. You probably don't even, you know what I mean? People probably don't even care at that point. Like, it is what it is. So I understand, you know what I mean? Because when when those meetings for the unions was happening, I was tapped in, and I was, I always look at all aspects. So I understand. People get to that point, they don't even care. They're like, yo, we just want to see change in here. Understandable. I understand. But this is interesting. Why did one say they were unionized, but 2,600 people voted in favor for a union, while 2,100 voted no against a union? And that happened in 2022. JFK Warehouse is currently Amazon's only unionized workplace in the United States. So that's the only one, supposedly. But it's but I guess that's when Amazon went to change it or something like that. Amazon workers unionized a year ago and still faced, what does it say? So yeah, although the vote was successful for that JFK building, Amazon is still legally challenging the results. It's important to note the distinction between fully unionized and locations where the union efforts or affiliations have taken place. JFK Warehouse, this is the only Amazon facility in the U.S. where workers have voted in a government-administered election. A government? They're part of the government? Or, I don't know. They're not part of the Teamsters is not part of the government, are they? But anyways, voted in a government-administered election to be represented by a union. Oh, okay, I see what they're saying. The Amazon Leader Union, now affiliated with the Teamsters. That's deep. Other facilities, there have been union campaigns and strikes at other facilities across the U.S., some affiliated with the Teamsters, but none have achieved the status of a full unionized site recognized by the National Labor Relations Board. That's what's up. It says, well, the law's different here. Oh, Canada. Okay. That's deep. So is it more lenient? You think it's more possible and plausible for it to pass over there in Canada? Yeah, because I haven't heard any union talk that I can remember from Canada, but you say it's different over there. That's what's up. I definitely want to see how that turns out. I see. What up, though? I see it up. Building. She said, what up, everybody? Thumbs up the video. Yes, if y'all haven't hit the thumbs yet, the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let's get it. Hey. Icy Lambo said, I hope y'all had a wonderful week and a pleasant night. Always have a great time hanging out on Thursday, fam. You late. Icy, you late. What you mean hanging out? You just got here. We packing up. Room's already packed up. What you talking about? I was giving my exit talk like 2 minutes ago. Shout out to Icy. Coming in late. You feel me acting like she been here the whole time. Shout out to Icy though. Saul, what's good with you, Saul? Are we getting a raise this year? You should be getting one at your 6 months mark. All associates should be getting them at 6 months unless you've already capped out. Now, a standard raise, like an all-around raise, I haven't heard of that. But each time it's happened, it wasn't, you know what I mean? They kind of brought it up out of nowhere. So do I think that's going to happen? I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. And then again, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. You know what I mean? So I haven't heard anything about it. So it can kind of, in my opinion, I think it can kind of go either way at the moment. But I wouldn't be banking on that though. But hopefully, shout out to Saul. Jay Weezy says Jeff is going to space again before it's coming. Facts, or at least fake another space landing. You know what I mean? Y'all saw that when they tried. That was so whack. They came down in the little space, the little space floater thing, and it slams down, and nobody's like harmed or anything. Like that thing slammed down hard, first off, and the little 120-pound women are like, okay. The seats didn't really seem like there were some seats where they're, you know what I mean, padded up and all that stuff. But anyways, when they came out the little flimsy door, oh my goodness, that seemed like a complete show. So, oh, that way, okay. We made it through the whole thing. All right. Oops, hold on. I heard. Wait. Okay. Okay. So he's going to space. Right. Good. I heard there's anti-union who get hired to go into buildings specifically to discourage associates. I also heard they get like 2 a day. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I remember a company I worked for, they were called Union Busters or something like that. Was it Union Busters? It was something, but we had that at a not at Amazon. This was a company prior. I worked for a company called Estes West. It was a shipping company, and we were forklift drivers. And yeah, all of a sudden the company just act like we were family and the bestest of friends when somebody came to promote unionizing to our company. And it was just so funny because you're seeing the company pander to you. We've seen people from corporate come down that we've never seen before trying to pander to us. So that's why we were like, you know what I mean? Like the fakeness behind the company's efforts was more disrespectful than anything. Even at that point, though, I was just amused by it. But it was interesting to see that. But they did have people there who was trying to discourage it, letting you know the real facts of going union, which was, I enjoyed hearing that too. Because yeah, if people are trying to unionize in any company, only thing you really hear about, only thing I've ever heard about was just the pay. Oh, the pay can be better and you'll have people to fight for you. Sounds cool. What else though? You know, what along comes with that? You know what I mean? And that's where you have to pay dues. You know, they showed us the other side of it, you know what I mean, which I appreciated because you only hear the glamorized part of it and not really the complete story. So, like I said, I'm not pro-union. I'm not against the union. Ain't my fight. You know what I mean? I'm just here to get my check for what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I have seen that in other companies where they did have people come in. Oh, it was funny too. So we had people trying to break the union, but it's funny. The most funniest people when it comes to these union things are the people like are pushing for it. That's in the company. It's like people in the shadows. It's hilarious because the company, at least, like I said, I was working at Estes West. They didn't really know who was the one forerunning this in the building in our company. They would always try to get us managers trying to get us by ourselves. Yeah, blah, 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 smiling, playing the game, and then be like, so, you know, like who's kind of, you know, who's advocating this? Who's the one? You gonna be like, nah, get up out of here, man. You just, you know, lying. But it's funny though, because it was like a cartoon. They'd be in the shadows, getting ready to leave work chair. Psst, psst. Hey, come here. So you go into the shadows and they give you a little paper. Oh my goodness, man. Hilarious times. Hilarious times. Shout out to Estes West. Hey, Muscle Beach right there. You feel me? I'm not as buff as I used to be, so I don't think I'm gonna be hitting that when I go out there. Let's see if they have people there though. Nobody. Muscle Beach used to be popping back in the day. They got 2 people there. Crazy. Looks like they got new equipment though. Is this new? They got that shiny equipment. When was this? 2 months? I might have to shoot a vlog at Muscle Beach because their equipment is new. That's what's up. All right. Perfect Gematria said, and there's only 20 FCs in Canada, especially near the Toronto area. That's a big market for Amazon. Got you. Only 5 non-sortables. Got you. Okay. Man, well, man, keep us posted. Keep us posted on that if you guys start, you know, on how that goes, man. Icy Lambo says, yeah, I moved states, purchased a brand new car, got a brand new career all within the last few days, starting school classes next week. Luke 137, all things for with God, nothing shall be impossible. That's what's up. That's a fact. Congrats. congrats to Icy, getting everything back, relocated too, right? Is that what I'm seeing? Move states. Congrats. Shout out to Icy. That's what's up. Who's winning the finals? I don't even know who's in the finals. I don't even know who in the finals, y'all. I'll be out the mix for real. Icy Lambo says, was getting ready to head to bed, and I saw y'all are live, dropping in to say hello, remind people to get more likes. Right. I know we up out of here. We finna go to bed too. I'm not going to bed. I'm finna be up. I think, but I am kind of tired though. What are you brainstorming over there on that Microsoft Word document? That's my vlog. This is my vlog notes right here. Let me see. That's my vlog notes. And I got notes on like each one of those are different vlogs that I have. And it just goes for like 100 pages. Those are like a lot of vlogs that were supposed to be done and I didn't do them. I think those are some, oh yeah, see, some more vlog notes. Because I like write my vlogs off. I use bullet points. Like I have a topic I think about, and then I write like bullet points. And then from a bullet points, I break it down to each bullet point. But I'm still going. All that. So just blog notes. And that's not even halfway. I need to finish though. But yeah, I usually have that open during the lives because we touch on certain stuff. Like even today, I had some notes from earlier that I had to write on there. Where'd this thing go? Yup. Saul says, I work in SSD. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to my dude, Saul. You feel me? Shout out to Saul. Icy said, okay, wow. Yup. Thanks for answering. I know you see everything. I know Icy don't be playing. Let me, just in case, lower that. Icy's gonna screenshot, zoom in. You feel me? Icy be paying attention. All right, but we're gonna finish it there, y'all. We at 2 hours. We at 1:45, but close enough. If y'all ain't hit that like button, hit the like button. If you ain't subscribe. We're gonna be here next Thursday, if anything. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully, before that, I can I get to post some of these vlogs up during the week. But we'll see. We'll see what's good. Saul says, yeah, bro, everyone have a great night. Yes, everybody have a great night. Icy says, good night, everyone. If you're working, be safe. For real. Y'all have a blessed week, man. Be safe out there. Other than that, it's your boy, yes, babe. Let's go. Who that, Jay Weezy? Shout out to the Jay. Feel me? Shout out to the Jay. All right, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Let's get it.